Welcome into this edition of Great City Attractions. Today we tour one of the great cities on the island of Sicily. These are the great city attractions of Palermo. Zisa Palace, one of the most popular places to visit in the city of Palermo. The palace or castle you see today dates back to the 12th century. The buildings incorporate Islamic design features, with highlights of any tour being a number of fountains, expansive gardens, and a number of restored halls and greeting areas. Catacombs, a site for those with some intestinal fortitude. The macabre attractions is a popular site in the city. The bodies you see here have been dehydrated, with a number of fully visible remains hanging from the walls and doorways of the monastery. The final burials took place in the 1930s, with a number of those interned here still in amazing condition, given the efforts to preserve those that have passed. Norman Palace. The Norman Palace or Royal Palace of Palermo could arguably be the most popular of sites within the city. Once a site of powerful kings of Sicily, the buildings have the distinction of being among the oldest of royal residencies in all of Europe. The castle is famous for its royal chapel, which dates to the early 12th century. Parts of the site were restored in the 1960s. Teatro Massimo. Looking for a bit of Italian art, culture or opera? Then the Teatro Massimo is the place to be seen. The theatre is one of the largest you'll find in the country and is able to accommodate over 1,300 at any one time. The magnificent building played host to the famous Godfather movie series, with scenes being shot here in the 1980s. If you're enjoying the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Palermo Cathedral, dedicated to the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. The church was started in the 12th century, although a Byzantine church may well have stood here before such a date. The cathedral calls upon a myriad of architectural design characteristics for its varied look, with highlights of the building being the famous portico and Gothic elements. A number of kings have been laid to rest within the cathedral itself. Botanic Garden. Sprawling over some 30 acres, these gardens prove popular with tourists to Palermo and locals alike. The foundations of the garden date back as far as the late 18th century. The gardens are home to over 12,000 different species of trees, including a celebrated Australian banyan tree. St Mary Church, set astride a collection of other religious highlights of Palermo. This church forms part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site that includes many cathedrals and churches of the wider area. The church is known for its wonderful mosaics, of which a number depict kings of bygone eras. Monte Pellegrino, a great way to stretch the legs and experience some amazing views around Palermo. The majestic heights here reach upwards of 600 meters and afford terrific views over the Tyrrhenian Sea. The mountain is thought to have been the site of significant Neolithic settlements. That concludes this edition of Great City Attractions. Subscribe to the channel. What's your favourite place to visit in Palermo? Comment below.